last year, 61% of voting shareholders at Chevron voted in support of a proposal calling on the company to substantially reduce, you see that right there in the resolve clause, substantially reduce their scope 3 emissions. Scope 3, of course, is emissions resulting from the use of products or elsewhere in the company's supply chain. Chevron responded by declaring a net zero ambition, not a target, but an ambition for its scope 1 and 2 emissions, which represent effectively the company's internal operations, which of course represent a tiny fraction of the company's actual emissions, and a target to reduce by 2028 greenhouse gas emissions intensity of scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions by about 5% by 2028. Now, this is both directly non-responsive to the resolve clause of the proposal, in that it does not describe how they would substantially reduce scope 3 emissions medium and long term for the company, particularly long term. It also leaves some very disturbing kind of wiggle room for how the company can be operating, including that 5% reduction doesn't even necessarily guarantee any absolute emissions reductions in scope 3. This is a recipe for business as usual from Chevron. This is what it looks like. This is what it sounds like for business as usual from Chevron. And as much as other companies in the oil sector still have significant room to shift, Chevron is now lagging even further behind, particularly key European peers, in how it's responded.